Hi guys, this is Damni Jiyal from Telecom Lead. The evolving telecom landscape has brought immense opportunities for technology providers, especially for those who offer big data and analytics solution to help address the challenges associated with telco's journey as a digital service provider. Subex, a telecom analytics solutions provider, has traversed a long journey from a traditional data mining firm to a full-fledged telecom analytics solutions provider. By leveraging the capabilities of machine learning and artificial intelligence, here we have Mr. Prasad Savadi, Director, Analytics Platform and Solutions, to give a quick glance at the journey of Subex and its future plans.
Okay, so we have been working in analytics in Subex for quite some time. It's been more than a decade now. One of the really fantastic pieces of work that we have done at Subex is in terms of what we call as Rock Insights. It's analytics as a services kind of solution we have built. It's predicated and built over a lot of work we have done in the background in terms of last over the decade, applying analytics to telecom data. So it's built on what is known as the trifecta of a customer engagement, and it is based on three major factors. So one being that agility in terms of how do we deliver, how do we increase the consumability, and how do we make it worthwhile for the customers to engage with us. So these are the three basic elements of the trifecta approach. So in terms of looking at agility, one of the key things we have brought to the table is whenever I go to a customer or anybody from our team goes to a customer, the first promise we make to the customer is saying that, okay, we will deliver insights to you in less than 8 weeks. If we can't deliver, then we will get out ourselves. You don't need to do anything about it. That's a promise we give to our customers. And now, why do you think it's important? In the telco world, if you talk to any customer about analytics project, it's likely to take, a project typically takes 6 months, right? Or beyond 6 months. It's generally in the term of 12 months, a year. Right? So how are we able to say this that we can actually do something in 8 weeks, and why is it important? The key thing here we are looking at is analytics. It's a very, very dynamic space. Today consumption patterns, how people are behaving, the behavioral traits are changing very rapidly. So if you are not able to at real time analyze what's happening and take action basis that, then we are going to have a lot of, there is no point trying to build a model and deploy it very late, right? We need to be able to work on this very quickly. So that's one of the key things we are bringing. Any problem, we will get to the customer place, we will deliver in less than 8 weeks. If we can't, we go out. And how do we do that? So what we have done is, taking a programming analogy. Right? In programming, we used to have what are known as software design patterns. So what we have actually done is taken data science design patterns. We have analyzed how data scientists look at data, what kind of things, I myself am a data scientist, so what kind of things I do when I'm going to solve a problem. What we have done is taken all this and evolved a set of 25, 30 different patterns which data scientists typically employ. What we have done then is industrialize this so that it can run at large scales of data, and that is what we call as an analysis stack. And this gives us very good ability to deliver insights in less than 8 weeks. So the industrialization is based on being able to take these patterns and put them into code and make them run on large scales of data. So we use Hadoop, we bring in a lot of data science components, we use machine learning, we combine all of these, and we have made these as analysis packages. Now, what these packages help us do is crawl through this data, generate those insights and provide them in a highly consumable manner. And that brings us to the next step in terms of how do we make consumption of analytics output across the organization a very democratized process. So what we have actually now done is significant innovation in terms of how do we actually provide data or output to customers so that they can actually understand and everybody in the organization can understand. And for this, what we have built is what is known as storyboards. Through storyboards, what we are looking at is we are providing highly curated content, right, which is coming out, and that is provided as natural language. The world is now moving towards natural language, so we no longer are in the realm of providing dashboards or charts. We are looking at providing all output as natural language. So our software is able to crawl through data, apply those patterns, and then give out output which is highly human readable. It is 2 to 3 lines of text. But we don't stop there. We are not just giving a snippet of something which is consumed. what we are also doing is adding a lot of context to it and making it actionable. And that is how our entire storyboard concept works. And of course, I mean, we understand that people want to get their hands dirty and want to, discover more things, look into more details, and for which we provide that natural extension from where you can take these storyboards and dive deep into data, basically getting your dashboards and your raw data access. So that's something which we have built in terms of innovation, in terms of increasing consumability across the organization or across the enterprise. So the third portion of the trifecta is in terms of how do we ensure that customers get ROI from us. So we are not here to sell a license, or we are not here to give some people to the customers. We believe in partnering with the organizations and with the enterprises, and we believe we together will take that journey so that we can move and get business outcomes, move the levers on the ground. Hence, what we offer is in terms of completely pay as you go, pure OPEX. If we don't deliver value, customer has every right to just cull it. Right? Customer need not continue with what we are doing. That's one of the beauties of our solution. You are not stuck with the multi-million-dollar license which you have to buy upfront without knowing whether it will generate ROI for you. So what we have actually done is made it so simple for a customer to work with us, and it is contingent on us that we provide value to our customers. And hence, but because we have done this innovation in terms of bringing a lot of data science, a lot of machine learning, and industrialize the entire process, we are highly confident that we can actually do. And backed by 25 years of domain knowledge, Subex has been a telco only company. We know in and out of the domain like nobody else, and that helps us provide this kind of guarantees that we can actually deliver value day in, day out. That's something which, this is the trifecta of our Rock Insights approach. Now, what we are working on now is to go towards, I mean, you have seen a lot of things in terms of Google and Alexa and everything else. Similarly, Rock Insights is, we are now really looking at how can we incorporate artificial intelligence into this whole process. We are looking at how people can converse with our solution and get answers to their questions. So you could be looking at, hey, what's happening with my churn? And the system should be able to answer you in terms of what's happening with churn. Similarly, you might want to know what are the top factors which are driving my acquisition, or what are the top trends, and my system will be able to understand it. A lot of natural language processing, artificial intelligence, and we are building an entire telecom ontology which the coming together of these three things will help us deliver that kind of conversational UI which we are going towards. We are already built the prototype, we are showcasing it, we are going to invest more into that and come out with a full-fledged artificial intelligence thing for telecom analytics, which really is going to change the way people look at how they are going to get value from the space of telecom analytics.